Pierre-Luc, what's going to take to get the power play going for your group?
I think when our power play, any power play in the NHL is doing well, it's 5 guys on the ice that can score. It's creating chaos. Scoring is, the greatest thing that could happen from a power play. But if we can get the momentum off every power play, that'd be great too. It's creating chaos. It's getting shots. It's getting in front of the net. It's. I think success from a power play isn't just numbers. It looks like a lot of things, and it sets your team up for a good shift after a power play. So yeah.
Go back to Lear.
Thanks. How about you? Your team had such a good start. Did you see much of a difference in the second period, or what did you see there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we played a bad game, but there's good teams in the NHL, and teams play well. So, it's a disappointing loss. It's 3 in a row or on this trip. The schedule is going to get harder and harder. I mean, we have a back-to-back with 22 hours between games, which I've never experienced in my life, except in junior hockey. So it's not getting easier. But for us, it just has to be 16 minutes every game, because, like I said, there's good teams, and we have 6 back-to-backs after the All-Star break. It's going to be tough. So we need these points right now. We can't go another 10, 15 games to figure it out.
Next to Scott Miller from the Suns. Go ahead, Scott.
Thanks, Trigger. Pierre-Luc, you talked to the misfiring power play, the 60 minutes not being there. Is there something you can put your finger on that it's just not getting you on the right side of these final score lines right now?
Like I said, there's good teams in the NHL. Teams play well. We have a lot of talent. I think, if we can just get on the same page in terms of everything, breakouts, regroups, forecheck, neutral zone, end zone. You look at the top teams, and they're not. It's not that they have that much talent more than everybody else. It just looks like everybody out there is on the same page. There's a flow to their game. They're fast. I think that we can keep improving. I think we've put in really good minutes these past couple games, but I mean you never get an easy win in the NHL, and there's a lot of good teams, and this road trip's it's a good road trip. We're playing a lot of good teams, so we knew it wasn't going to be easy, and hopefully we can finish it off with a win tomorrow in Pittsburgh.
Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, and just is this down to you guys just not playing a whole lot, and Boston has, and the other teams have, or can you lean on that? Not lean on that, but is that something that you can look at as why maybe the same page isn't, you aren't on the same page right now?
No, I don't think so. I think we've had a lot of time to practice and to get ready for these games. Maybe the first period of the first game we haven't played in a week is something maybe like that, but energy-wise. But the third game into this road trip, we've had a lot of practices. I mean, yeah, we just have another big game tomorrow in Pittsburgh.
Next to Rod Attach. Go ahead, Rod.
Thanks, Gregor. Hi, Pierre-Luc. Not being in the same room, tough to read the sense of emotion, but I do feel like there's what I'm perceiving as maybe urgency or maybe frustration from the loss, or maybe urgency at the stakes. I'm wondering if you could describe which one it actually is or how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, a bit of both. I think it's good to be frustrated. It's good to be mad after losses. I think I have a midnight rule where at midnight you turn to the next game, but it's okay to be frustrated and be mad. But we also, like I said, the sense of urgency. You look at the standings, and the playoff race is about to start, and you look at some teams, they have one back-to-back after the All-Star break. They have 4 games in 12 days. We're gonna have 6 back-to-backs, and the schedule's not looking easy. So we have to get these points now. We have to figure it out now, and it's not like anybody in our dressing room right now isn't trying their best. Everybody wants to win. Everybody's getting frustrated with these losses, but it's at midnight we have another game tomorrow, and that's just what we have to look forward to.
Yeah, thanks for sort of expanding on that. And the last one for me, more of a light note. I mean, what does it feel like to hit somebody through a pane of glass?
Yeah, it would have felt a lot better if we won the game, but yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I'm glad nobody got hurt behind the glass. I'm glad Coyle wasn't hurt either. A little confusion, but it's two big guys going in the glass. I was telling the guys on the bench maybe I should lose a few pounds, maybe it's me or something like that. But yeah, definitely would have put on my highlight tape if we won that game.
The last one that Mike back there lost what?
Pierre-Luc getting Blake back, he ended up missing 9 games. Could have been double that, I guess, if not for the schedule. What's it like just to get the captain back coming off an injury like that, and how do you think he's going to help the team going forward?
Yeah, well, having him back is huge for our team. Especially we lose Nicky. To get him and really to get him and Stas back feels great for us on the bench, on the ice, in the dressing room, in practices. We're lucky it was 9 games. Like you said, if the schedule would have been normal, it would have been a lot more than that. But we need him right now. We lose 3 in a row. We're gonna need him, and he knows that. And it was a tough first game for him in Boston against a good team, but he played a really good game, did a lot of good things, and it's just good to see him back out there with us. Thank you.
Hurt, you didn't know how long you were necessarily going to be out, so how did today feel to finally get back into a game?
Yeah, I mean, when I looked at the calendar right away when I got hurt, I didn't think today was going to be a game that I was going to be playing in, so it was good to be back, for sure. I think a lot of good in that game for our team, just, one shot away really from that looking like a pretty darn good road win. So unfortunately, there's no moral victories right now. We need to win games. So that was a tough way to lose.
Obviously, the power play will be a story coming out of it, and you've seen this power play when it's been at its best. Is there something you can identify that you're just missing right now on it? Is it just luck?
I don't know. I mean, I thought the guys have done a pretty good job. Like haven't been out there. I think we've been scoring at a decent clip. Just wasn't our night tonight on the power play, I guess, is really all you chalk it up to. I mean, you're not going to score every game on the power play, and seems like those guys have been coming pretty darn close, getting one every game here for the last little bit. So, you know, like I said, it's not going to go your way every night, and tonight was the night where it didn't go our way.
Go next to Jason Bell from Free Press. Go ahead, Jake.
Mike, good to see you again. Thanks for taking my questions. I kind of answered this in Mike's question. I don't think you're going to agree with me if I say that you guys maybe lacked a little bit of energy in the third period, but maybe Boston was doing something that was slowing you guys up. What do you think was the difference?
I think it shifted for a bit after they scored the goal. You know, kind of gets their top guys involved in the game. You know, Pasternak scores a goal, he gets a little bit of life. You know, that's kind of what the power play. It's the cure all. If you're not having a great night or whatever, and you get one, and all of a sudden you're moving out there. So I thought they jumped a little bit after their goal. I thought we sagged a little bit for a while, and then last 10 I liked it. I thought we spent a lot of time in their zone. You know, we created a few power play chances. Normally that's kind of indicative of how the game's going. If you're on them and pressuring. You're going to create some power play opportunities, and we did that. We just weren't able to put one in.
Go next to Ken Lee from Sportsnet.
How much does the familiarity help when you're jumping back in the lineup after what have been the longest time between games for you during your career?
Playing with Scheif?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I feel that we bring the best out of each other. I think I bring the best out of him, and vice versa. So. Not that that's necessarily the expectation every night to be playing on a line together, but over the last number of years, our record's much better when we're playing together than when we're not. So I think that's a strength, for me and for Mark and for our team.
What are some of the keys on the reset side? I mean, 22 hours between games, you don't have to do that very often, but given this situation, wanting to finish the road trip on a high note.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. I mean, we don't have the chance to sit back and, sulk about it. We get to turn the page right away tomorrow. So sometimes if you end the road trip with a big win, you forget about what happened before, and that would be a good way to go home back to Winnipeg to play in front of an empty building.
Thanks very much, Mike.
Yep.
They get one in the third, and you guys get three chances and can't capitalize?
Well, it's easy to go down that route. We had some opportunities. They they capitalized on theirs. We had some good chances. And, the difference is they scored one more goal.
Would you like to see the team shooting a little more? Those first two in the third, I don't think you guys had, or maybe you had one shot combined. Did you feel like it was a little too pass happy?
Well, I think what you have to do is give your opposition, give Boston credit. They got pressure. We didn't get to, we didn't get the shot opportunities that we felt that warrant on a power play. But I will say, you give your opposition credit.
Is a loss like that tougher to swallow than the one in Colorado a couple weeks ago, just because you're kind of right there and you figure, geez, that's a game we could have taken that one?
Yeah, we're not going to go down the path with Colorado. We've moved on from that.
I just mean in terms of accepting, like, because you're so close today, it's just a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, but that just shows you how tough it is to win in the National Hockey League, and the difference is it's one shot. And you know what? We did a lot of really good things here in this game today. And, the good thing is we get an opportunity to get back at it again tomorrow.
Next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet for the show.
Dave, I just wanted to get an idea of what you were looking for out of that kind of line mixing that you were doing at the end of the game, and what you saw from that.
Just trying to get some different guys opportunities. Obviously, you come off of power plays. And the way that our power plays are set up, we've got a couple guys on different lines. Try to get some guys that I think that can handle some larger minutes, give them a couple extra shifts. We've got some game breakers. You want to get them out and try and get them away from a matchup that they've had all night. And you're just trying to put a couple different guys out there in different combinations to hopefully get a bounce.
Right, Sean.
And Dave, given Rask, where he's come from, the situation, kind of starting his year up, it looked a little bit vulnerable to start the game. The shots were great coming out of the gate, and clearly they dried up after that. Is that a bit of a missed opportunity? Did the team need to be? I know you somewhat touched on this, but is it a big mistake that the team wasn't more shot focused going forward in the second and third?
Well, let's not take anything away from Boston. They make it tough. If you watch this team and you watch them play on a consistent basis, they do a really good job of getting in lanes. They do a really good job of keeping plays to the outside. And I would give them some credit in their own end with the way that they work defensively.
Next, go there, Ken Weed from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weed.
Dave, what did you see from Dave Lowry, from Blake Wheeler in his return to the lineup?
I thought we got a great game from our captain. And, 8 minutes in the first period, we lose a couple guys to fight. I thought Wills handled the minutes. I thought he handled the game. I thought he handled the volume tonight real well. And, that's a credit to the work that he's done in his rehab and the guys that he's worked with.
Obviously, a quick turnaround time before tomorrow and no morning skate. What can you tell us about the goalie plan for tomorrow? And can you go with Connor for an 11th game in a row?
I'm not going to divulge right now, Weber, who's going to be in the net, but, we will have a conversation about who's going to play.
Next to Tesh, Athletic. Go ahead.
Thanks, Gregor. Hi, Dave. A couple games ago, we were talking about team making just great passes under pressure, and a couple of guys who are really good at that were part of goals against today. Is that just a credit to what Boston's doing on the forecheck? Was that one-off mistakes, or what was happening 5-on-5 with Boston's pressure?
Well, I would think it would be pressure. And, this is the game of hockey is all about mistakes. The team that usually makes the fewest has the best opportunity to win. And, sometimes pressure does cause errors. And, you give, like I said, we go in with a game plan. We knew that they were going to come, and we knew that they were going to apply pressure. And, they got on top of us a couple times and turned over pucks. And that's what forechecking is.